It's good. So JACKBOYS 2 is on the horizon. It's been right around the corner. And so far, we've got a lot of confirmed features and some updates about the album. So this video will be kind of, putting you to date with JACKBOYS 2, everything happening and all the confirmed features so far. He's been gifting a bunch of artists, producers, Lamborghinis, and these Lamborghinis are Cactus Jack JACKBOY 2 branded, kind of the same thing he did with the briefcases back in 2023 with Utopia. They kind of let people know what the features are going to be in the roll-out album, which I think is a really cool way of hyping up an album and creating a really memorable rollout. So there's about 6 to 8 confirmed features on this album so far. There also is a confirmed release date, and I'll get to that at the end of the video. But let's go down this feature list real quick. So one of the first people we knew were going to be on JACKBOYS 2 that posted the picture of the Lamborghini, which I'll put on screen, is 21 Savage. These two always work when it comes to dropping the album. We'll always see them collaborating. So this is, everyone was expecting the mandated 21 Savage feature. Just a safe feature. Who wasn't expecting this? 21 Savage was on Utopia like 2 to 3 times. Travis Scott was on American Dream, and they always collaborate. So I don't really want a 21 Savage feature, but it's also just because his feature catalog is massive. The next confirmed feature is Sheck West. Sheck West, of course, joined JACKBOYS 2 when it was first launching, along with, Don Toliver and stuff. But it's really cool to see Sheck West finally come back in the limelight, especially kind of distancing himself from the music industry throughout so much time. I know he dropped some EPs and maybe a project here and there, but he really has been consistent and just kind of fallen off. I'm not going to lie to you, but maybe he can use this as kind of a, comeback, and maybe he can use all the hype and everything to build his career back up. Sheck West has an amazing voice and can make some great songs, so I really hope he can bring it back after this feature. The third one, which is my most, this is the feature I really want to hear and I'm most excited for, and that is SoFaygo. SoFaygo was the newest addition to the roster. He joined back in 2022 after Knock Knock went viral on TikTok. Really cool to see he's on this album. It's already been confirmed. A lot of people didn't think he was going to be on the album just because Travis Scott's kind of done some snake shit to SoFaygo, and we didn't even know SoFaygo's on the label, but now it's fully confirmed that SoFaygo is in fact still on the label and it's going to be featured on this new album. SoFaygo been very inconsistent as well. After 2022, his career kind of did a nosedive because he's just not consistent with music, dropping singles every 6 to 8 months. But his hope, just like Sheck West, he can really bring it back after the hype of this album. He just dropped a really fire new single, Don't Hold the Fire. I recommend listening to that. It's really good. But the next feature, or this is going to be our first producer, it's going to be Filthy. Filthy posted the picture on Instagram and, his story and everything. And Filthy, of course, close collaborator with Travis Scott, especially on the Cardi album. I think almost every beat that Travis rapped on Music by Cardi was a Filthy beat, and Filthy also having big splash on Utopia when that came out. So cool to see Filthy, and Filthy really can bring a lot of life to the beat, so great to see him here. Next feature, which threw a lot of people off, a lot of people got turned off by this feature and they're like, okay, this shit's gonna be terrible, is Glorilla. But Glorilla, as far as she brings some great energy, like her performance on Sticky and just all of her singles have a lot of energy, so she can definitely bring that energy to a song. And I don't know why people are hating. People to see a female artist and instantly hate, which I think is very unfair. It's just destined to fail. But Glorilla's gonna be fire on this one. But the next feature will be Saw Baby, which is a really cool one. Kind of started popping off back in 2024 after Travis Scott gave him a shout out after his album and after the cuts and that shit. Saw Baby is really very talented. If you haven't heard of him or haven't heard an album from him, a song, highly recommend to go give him a listen. Very good. One of the spotlights in that kind of coming up scene for sure. Can't wait to see how he capitalizes on this kind of hype from the album. But the next feature on this album is Vybz Kartel. You're probably like, who is Vybz Kartel? Vybz Kartel is a DJ. Travis Scott works with DJs all the time, just like his newest feature with Burna Boy on Ta Ta Ta, or you got stuff like Active with Asake, wherever you call him. Sorry if I just butchered his name. You have the Chase B remix. He works with a lot of DJs, so it's no surprise that we're going to see a DJ on this album. Probably going to have a lot of energy, or it's going to be very corny. Some DJ produced songs can be really good or really corny, so I just hope they hit it in the head with that one. The next feature is Waka Flocka Flame. This is a really cool feature. I think they're really trying to bring that energy back that the JACKBOYS 1 had with, a Pop Smoke. They're trying to re-get that energy they had with Pop Smoke with the Waka Flocka Flame feature, which that's amazing. I would love to see what Waka Flocka Flame could bring to a Travis song or just a JACKBOY 2 song in general. I think that can have so much energy, so much life, and can really be one of those bangers in the album. This could be like the Gang Gang you know, that was on JACKBOYS 1 and JACKBOYS 2, so I can't wait to see what Waka Flame can do on JACKBOYS 2. The last confirmed feature so far is Don Toliver. I don't even think Travis Scott needed to really... Don Toliver really didn't even need to post a picture. Like, he's going to be in the album. He's like... This is like Travis Scott's second-hand man on the label. I mean, like, this is Travis Scott's, you know, this is like his protege, you know what I mean? This is like... He's really, with Travis, bringing, you know, his label to life, and I think it's one of the most successful, you know, signings of all time. And Don Toliver's really capitalized of being signed with Travis Scott, with features and everything, and... Travis Scott was on Hearthstone Psycho 2 times. Basically had a solo track on there. But I think another feature that might be on this album is Future. I really don't see a Future's on this album. It's definitely going to probably be one of the last features confirmed. I think Young Thug is going to be on this on this album. I think those are two possible ones. Cardi, of course, you can put in that conversation. Any of those three really can be on this album. I'd love to see any of them on this album. Who else do you think is going to be on the album? Comment down below. Who do you think is going to be on there? Do you like any of the features? What's your favorite one? But now let's get into the release date and the cover art. We kind of had a JACKBOYS 2 cover, or we thought we already had a JACKBOYS 2 cover with Travis Scott holding the tool behind his back. We thought that was going to be the cover, but recently, I don't remember what account it was, but they confirmed that that is not the cover, and this new cover is, that's on screen. A lot of people thought this was Drake, but it's actually Sheck West on the cover, if you didn't know. This cover is really good. It does kind of match energy, but I don't know, that first JACKBOYS 2 cover is always going to be way better and very classic, and it's unbeatable. So I wasn't even expecting them to kind of top that. People already have posters, like huge ass, like wall wide posters of the JACKBOYS 2 cover. It's amazing. It's one of the best covers, or not one of the best covers like all time, but one of the most aesthetically pleasing, you know, eye candy kind of posters. The release date's kind of, I think we would have gotten this album sooner if it wasn't for another kind of beef happening. So if you didn't know, Pusha T recently on the song went and sent subliminals straight to Travis Scott. I'm not going to get into this. If you want to know about that, what Pusha T said, just go look it up. Go watch TikToks, YouTube, whatever it may be. Go check it out. Great song, by the way. Can't wait for Clips, his new album. I'm going to be making a review on that as well. But it seems like they're both going to be dropping the same day, which will be July 11th, which is going to be Travis Scott's direct diss back to Pusha T. JACKBOYS 2 is going to absolutely outsell. It's going to blow Pusha T's or Clips' new album out of the water. It's just really sad to see, because I think Clips deserves more recognition, but that's what happens when you kind of base your marketing off of dissing another artist. But to be fair, the Clips album does have a Kendrick and Tyler feature, so that's going to be really cool. One more thing is that we have two song names, two possible song names. So on Sofake's post about him being a confirmed feature and him with, you know, posing in front of the Lamborghini, we actually, Travis Scott went to comments and confirmed two possible track names, one in Pacific, but the second one not really known. MM3 and Contest. Contest is supposedly going to be a track. On Travis Scott in the comments, it says now playing Contest, and this might be the song Sofake's on, or maybe two songs that Sofake's on. I really hope Sofake has more than one song. That is everything we know about JACKBOYS 2. Are you guys excited for the album?